Judge, this is a case of Cassidy's.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Miss Cassidy, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
We were married for several years, and he adopted my son from my first marriage, which meant my first husband relinquished all rights, and he doesn't want to take care of the child anymore now that we're divorced.
Okay, sir, is there a reason you don't want to take care of your son?
Well, he's not my son.
Well, yes, he is. You adopted him.
I thought I was in love with her. I just wanted to please her.
So you didn't really love the child at all, your son? Because he is your son, just so we're clear. You're not going to be able to say things like, it's not my child. You adopted this child legally. This is your child.
Well, he's not blood. He's her son. He's not my blood son. He's a redhead.
What does that have to do with anything, the color of his hair?
Kids.
What does the color of his hair have to do with anything?
I just always hated redheaded kids.
Okay. How did the two of you meet?
Well, I had been divorced several years, and I'm a...
Tensions are rising in Judge Vonda Bailey's courtroom, and it's clear this case is far from ordinary. The video kicks off with dramatic music as Judge Bailey steps in, calm but commanding. Right away, you can tell something serious is about to unfold. Next up is Miss Cassidy. She holds it together, but you can see the pain beneath the surface. She tells the court that her ex-husband chose to adopt her son from a past marriage. Back then, he promised to be a father. But now, he's walking away, saying the boy isn't his responsibility anymore. Then comes the bombshell. The ex-husband takes the stand and says flatly, "He's not my biological son." His words hit like a slap, cold and dismissive. But Judge Bailey doesn't flinch. She looks him straight in the eye and reminds him, and the courtroom, that adoption is forever. It's not something you can undo when things get tough. Emotions are running high. And from the way this is heading, things are only going to get more intense. Stay tuned. This legal battle is just getting started.
Yes, he's a farmer.
Ma'am, I will give you your opportunity to speak in just a moment, okay? Go ahead, sir.
So my friends took me out to a club. I call them mammary clinics. Took me out to a mammary clinic for my birthday. And that's where I met her. And she strapped it to me. And I fell in love with her that night. And
You fell in love enough to adopt her son?
to marry her, because I thought I was in love with her.
Okay.
And so we got married, and she coaxed me into adopting her kid.
Okay, you adopted the child.
Yeah.
And you're here today because she wants you to
Pay child support.
pay
for
child
that
support
kid.
and take care of your child.
He's more of a ballerina than he is a boy.
What do you mean by a ballerina?
I don't want that kid. He's
Sir, you adopted this child.
well. Let his own father adopt him back.
Wait a minute. His father terminated his rights and you adopted this child.
Well, she can talk.
I'm not about to play this game with you, sir. Mr. Cassidy, we're not doing that today, okay? This is your child. You legally adopted the child, and you can be legally responsible for paying child support as well.
Well, his first dad gave up his rights. How come I can't give up my rights?
Well, you know what? We're not doing that today. Today, you're going to take care of this child, okay?
Okay, what?
And you're not going to give him up because he's a...
Just when the courtroom thinks it's heard it all, the case takes a jaw-dropping twist. The ex-husband drops a brutal revelation. He confesses that adopting the child wasn't about love or family. It was just to keep Miss Cassidy happy. No genuine connection, no real intent to be a father. But then it gets even worse. He starts ridiculing the boy, calling him a ballerina, and criticizing his red hair, as if those things somehow excuse turning his back on a child he once promised to raise. That's right. He's trying to escape responsibility because of the boy's looks. The moment turns painful when Miss Cassidy admits she dyed her son's hair, desperately hoping it would make him feel accepted. It's a quiet, but crushing, reveal. At this point, Judge Vonda Bailey's patience is running on fumes. You can see it in her face. This isn't just about legal obligations anymore. It's about morality, compassion, and the emotional toll of broken promises. The energy in the courtroom shifts. People are no longer just observers. They're witnesses to a painful unraveling of what should have been a forever bond. This case is no longer about paperwork. It's about a man who forgot what it means to be a parent and a child left to carry the weight of that loss.
No.
He don't fish.
Sir, Mr. Cassidy, how much money do you make a year?
Approximately 83.
83,000. And ma'am, now I'm to you. What does this mean, farmer?
I'd rather not go into detail.
Okay. $83,000 a year. And sir, you said, how many other children do you have?
I have 2.
2, okay. So you have 3 kids
They're
total.
not redheaded either.
Sir, the color of their hair should not affect whether or not you decide to be a father to those children versus your adopted son. You understand?
I understand.
Okay. Well, as long as you understand. I have your gross. Yes, ma'am.
So I've dyed the little boy's hair now, so
What color is his hair now, ma'am?
His hair is the same color of his now.
And you all are aware that the color of this child's hair doesn't matter in terms of the financial responsibility, right?
I understand that, but he doesn't, so I'm just trying to make it to where he
I don't want to
likes
buy
his son.
tutus for
You
the
know
rest
what? It
of
is
his life.
ridiculous she even had to dye the child's hair to even make you receive any type of comfort, sir. That's ridiculous. Now, at $83,000 a year, I have your gross at $6,916.67.
Wow.
Who carries health insurance for this child?
I do.
How much is it for the child only?
$230 a month.
$230. Okay, sir, you're going to reimburse that to her monthly. Yes, you are. And your net comes out to $5,482.88.
Oh.
Yes. What do we need to call an ambulance? You okay? Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe an ambulance might help me.
Okay, well, right now I'm getting ready to help you with these numbers, okay?
Or a
Giving you
12
credit for
gauge.
the other children that you have. Your child support obligation is $808.72 plus the health insurance reimbursement of $230 a month. That makes your monthly obligation $1,038.72.
Okay, that's gonna run
Okay,
me
and you can
out.
afford it. It's 83. You make $83,000, sir.
Now it's decision time, and Judge Bailey is all business. No more back and forth, just facts, figures, and firm accountability. She starts by reviewing the ex-husband's income, $83,000 a year. Based on that, she breaks down the monthly child support, $88.75, plus another $230 to cover the child's health insurance. It's a clear, calculated judgment, but instead of accepting the ruling, the ex-husband starts pushing back. He complains about the cost of running his farm, as if that should erase his obligation to the child he once adopted. It's an attempt to dodge responsibility, and it's not landing well. Miss Cassidy brings up the issue of back pay, hoping for more support. But Judge Bailey explains she can't address that today since it wasn't included in the original paperwork. Even so, the ex-husband keeps making snide comments about his overhead costs, only making things worse for himself. Judge Bailey doesn't flinch. She makes it crystal clear. Parenting isn't a seasonal job, and support isn't optional. Whether it's farming or finances, tough times don't cancel out a legal and moral duty to a child. The message is firm and final. Excuses don't raise kids. Commitment does.
Well, there's a lot of overhead for farming.
Well, you know what?
No.
Dye your hair red.
Well, that's not going to help me pay my bills. That's
It
not going to help
might.
me feed my cattle.
Well, you know what? You might want to choose some different alternatives.
Well, you got to eat. That's what. Where do you think your food comes from?
You grow my food?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I pay for it from you, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Well, guess what? You're going to continue to grow your food, and you're going to take care of this child, who's now the hair is dyed because you had a problem with the color of the child's hair. Ridiculous. Is there anything further here?
Yes, the last year that he hasn't paid, can he pay the back pay as well?
You know what? That is a great question. Are you asking for back pay today, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, unfortunately, you did not put that in your paperwork that you filed with the court requesting.
Just when it seems this courtroom drama has hit its peak, Miss Cassidy throws in one last twist with a sharp dose of sarcasm. With perfect timing, she quips that maybe her ex could avoid child support by marrying her again. The room bursts into laughter. Even Judge Bailey can't help but smile. But she quickly regains control and reminds everyone, this isn't reunification court. Laughter aside, the message is clear. This case is about responsibility, not reconciliation. The verdict is in. The case is dismissed, and the ex-husband is officially ordered to pay support. But even with the ruling against him, his demeanor doesn't change. No apology, no ownership. Just the same detached attitude that's followed him throughout the hearing. As the segment closes, there's a strange mix of humor and frustration in the air. It's hard not to laugh, but even harder to ignore the deeper issue. How does someone walk away so easily from a child they once promised to love and protect?
Fortunately, if you did not ask previously, I can't award it to you.
Okay.
So, monthly obligation. Listen,
Judge, there's another
we don't
option.
need all of that.
If he wants to come back and remarry me, we can do that. Then he won't have to worry about child support.
Well, I mean, that's an option.
I'm going back to my ex-wife.
That's an option.
I've got my other wife and kids. They're coming back. We're back
I just
together.
thought as long as he was
okay.
going back and forth, you know.
Oh, well, I'm glad to see you.
No going back.
Well, I'm glad to see that you moved on, and I'm glad to see that you're open to that possibility. But unfortunately, this is not reunification court.
Maybe she
This is
should go
child
back to
support
the
court.
memory clinic and go to
So,
work.
well, guess what? If there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Want to give that to your wife? Maybe she'll have you comb your hair.
Get out here.
To bring it all home, attorney Vonda Bailey steps in, not just as a judge, but as an educator with a powerful reminder. She lays out the reality of step-parent adoption, especially in Texas. The law is clear. Once you adopt a child, that bond is permanent. It doesn't vanish when a marriage ends. It's not just a heartfelt gesture. It's a legal and lifelong responsibility. Judge Bailey stresses that what we've just watched isn't some made-for-TV moment. These cases are real. The stakes are real. Behind every legal form and courtroom ruling is a child whose future hangs in the balance. With care and conviction, she encourages viewers to share their own experiences, to subscribe, and to keep the conversation going, because family law is more than rules and numbers. It's a reflection of choices that shape lives. The episode ends on a thoughtful, sobering note. And if you followed this case from start to finish, one thing is certain: child support isn't just about dollars. It's about doing right by the children we promised to protect.